T7M Radio brings to you the best of 7 sports talk with 7 Mitchell.
Hey, did y'all see the comments Mike Wilbon made on James Harden, bro? Oh my God, I gotta talk to the damn bosses about Mike Wilbon, man. Drop a bomb for James Harden, y'all, please. Well. Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to the show. Y'all already know how we come in here this morning. It's Sunday and it's early. I know. I didn't get a chance to come at you guys like a machine gun yesterday, man. So y'all know we had to tap in early this morning. I got things to do today. Y'all know the vibes, man. So Mike Wilbon, man, he kind of blasted James Harden over the weekend, saying James Harden is truly not a great player anymore. My God. Man, so many layers to peel when we talk about this comment, when we talk about James Harden, when we talk about Michael Wilbon. So we're going to definitely get into it, man. Again, good morning to everybody in the NBA community. Salute to everybody. I had to come at you guys early. You know, we got the Lakerland show this afternoon on Players Choice channel. So I got to lock in and get ready for that. But, you know, I got to make sure that the home is right. And we got to talk about something that I wanted to kind of tap in with you guys yesterday. So Mike Wilbon, man, was talking kind of down on James Harden. This was actually before the Clippers got their first win versus, with the James Harden experiment going down. This actually was the same day, if I'm not mistaken. Earlier in that day, Michael Wilbon was saying on ESPN how James Harden, he's not a truly great player anymore. And, you know, the thing with James Harden, we've had this conversation probably for like a month. You know, what has been the biggest issue with James? Why has James, so to speak, like fallen from grace? To me, it's him embracing and accepting that facilitator role. And I'm going to say it again. Any other professional player, you would love for them to expand their bag, get more skill set. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would love that out of any player on any level, not even just professionally. But with James Harden specifically, gang, y'all already know if you've been watching him. In order for you to get the maximum James Harden, like the best James Harden you're going to get, he has to go back to being that score first person, that Houston James Harden. Now, I'm not saying that that's a recipe for success or that's going to equate to wins, but that's the only way you're going to really capitalize out of James Harden. The problem is the destinations that he has been playing, it's hard for him to just come in and be that number one. He wasn't really going to be that number one scorer in Brooklyn. So that really initiated this whole facilitating thing. And he led the league in assists last year. So I'm not trying to play James Harden like he cannot facilitate the basketball court. But that's just not his true strength. And if you're asking him to do something like that, even though he has embraced it throughout the Brooklyn tenure, throughout the Philadelphia tenure, it has not been successful, not only for the team. We've been talking crazy on James Harden as far as how we feel like he's fell off from the days of winning the MVP. And Michael Wilbon, like I said before, James Harden hit that game winner with the Clippers. He's basically alluding to the lack of consistency that we've seen from James Harden. But again, I can't totally blame it on Harden. You know, when you going into Philly after the trade from Brooklyn, right? If James Harden would have went into Philly trying to be the number one over Joel Embiid, who, mind you, wound up being the MVP that year anyway, people would have looked at Harden like he was crazy, like he was disruptive. If he was to come into LA acting like he was the number one, when you have a Kawhi Leonard on the court, when you have Paul George, Russell Westbrook, what have you, but especially Kawhi Leonard. People will feel like James Harden will be crazy. He will be a disruption. So it's really hard in these systems that he is in to actually have him change his style up and still expect the same results. Not to say that he won chips in Houston and none of that, but when you're talking about the individual, James Harden specifically, bro, I just feel like at the end of the day, you have to allow this guy to truly be who he is. There's no getting around that. Kobe number 8 says Kobe said that style of play couldn't win any championships, and you might be right. You might be right, gang. I'm not disputing that. Kobe Bryant has forgotten more basketball than I would ever know. So Kobe Bryant may be correct. I'm not saying James Harden becoming that number one or becoming that score first guy is going to make the Clippers champions or was going to make Brooklyn or Philadelphia champions. But there has to be some type of common element or common problem through all these different destinations, like a similar X factor of the reasons why people feel like Harden fell off so much. And I just feel like it's the role that he accepted. I'm not saying he can't be a facilitator. Like I said, he led the league in assists last season. But if you're looking to get the best out of James Harden, that's not how you go about it. And we are watching teams suffer for it. And the problem is we're blaming Harden. That's why he said he's not part of a system. He is a system. That's the reason why he said that. He doesn't want to be considered a ball hawk. He's a team player, but you got to play around him. And these different teams that James Harden has been put on for the last few years, unfortunately for him, he has not been in a position to fight for a number one spot. You're not getting that over Embiid. You're not getting that over Kawhi. You're not getting that over Kevin Durant. Especially when you, James Harden, yourself doesn't have any hardware outside of the MVP. And in all those destinations, those guys had former MVP. KD was an MVP. Joel was an MVP. I don't think, and Russell Westbrook, for what it's worth, for the Clippers, was a regular season MVP. So James Harden, in a way, is not really bringing something exclusive to the table with any of these teams. But for Mike Wilbon to say James Harden is not truly a great player anymore, I think it's incorrect. I think Mike Wilbon, to me, is a little bit out of bounds. Are we seeing the same James Harden from the days of Houston and the MVP days? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But explain to me which one of these last three teams, the Clippers, the Nets, the 76ers, which one of those teams you think asked James Harden to do the same thing he was asked to do in Houston? Name one. He had Daryl Morey under the same umbrella in Philadelphia and in Houston. I guarantee you, Daryl Morey didn't have the same expectations for James Harden to do exactly what he did as far as the role on day-to-day. He had expectations of winning. Absolutely. Because like I said, anytime you have a player that adds more to their game, you got to embrace that. You got to love that. But James Harden adding this facilitator passing thing to his game, it hasn't worked out, bro. It hasn't worked out. Now, they did get their first win. They did get their first win the other night. And that was kind of crazy. Hank said he had to apologize for one game, still have to see the rest of the NBA script. But it's like this. Any narrative that's coming up in the media right now is a early determination. We only 10, 15 games in the whole season. So we got a whole bunch of basketball left to play. There's no doubt about that. Any narratives that the mainstream media come up with, any narratives that people on social media come up with, I'm not going to say it's cap, but it's just early. But when you talk about Mike Wilbon, I respect Mike Wilbon for the fact of his longevity. I also respect Mike Wilbon for being a Hall of Famer. When we talk about titles and accolades, he is at the top of the food chain, or one of the best when it comes to doing what he's doing as far as his resume. But I have never been a fan of Mike Wilbon. Respectfully, I be like having to talk to the bosses about this guy, like, because his takes, his perspective is so old school, and he's an older guy, so I kind of get it. I don't really want to I don't expect him to try to be young or even see things from a different lens, but his takes sometimes be just so, like, I don't want to say anti-black, but it's definitely anti-player. Like, he really doesn't show any support. Like, that thing that we used to get from Stephen A. Smith that we hated so much. I think Michael Wilbon kind of groomed Stephen A. Smith over the years, bro. And I just don't like his takes. I don't like his delivery. And I don't want to say that he doesn't know what he's talking about, because he's one of the greatest to do it in his occupation. But I'm going to just keep it real. When it comes to my eye test, Mike Wilbon don't be knowing what he talking about. I mean, I got to keep it real. I got to drop a bomb for Mike Wilbon. It's just something about Mike Wilbon. Like that show he got, what is it, Pardon the Interruption? I never been a big fan of that. And seeing him on talk about the new era of the NBA, that's what I don't like about it. When we have these old guys talk about the sport and not really wanting to embrace what we're seeing today. Everything always has to get compared to what they saw back in the day and all that. Now, I'm 45 years old, so I've seen just as much basketball as they have. But the reality of it is the game has changed way more now than today. So your lingo need to be different. The way you do your interviews need to be different. The way you get your information should be different, if you ask me. And Mike Wilbon, bro, is just so old school, so old fashioned when it comes to his takes and stuff like that. Like, it don't even sometimes apply to how people play the game. You understand what I'm saying? And like I say, man, the eye test for me be always giving me a whole different perspective on stuff versus what I hear some of these guys on ESPN say. So I totally disagree with Mike Wilbon when we talk about James Harden truly not being a great player anymore. He looked good the other night. They got the win. What's the chances of now? See, and it was crazy because I don't know who. I don't. It might have been Hank who said that. It might have been somebody. I was talking to somebody the day that this happened, because Russell Westbrook had announced that he wanted to come off of the bench. Right? Y'all remember that? And somebody had talked to me. They said it would be so funny that soon as Russell Westbrook come off of the bench, they win some games. I think it might have been Cole had joined me, because I was asking by Russell Westbrook initiating, asking to come off the bench, does that make Ty Lue look bad? Because usually your head coach is paid to identify problems and offer resolutions. So when Russell Westbrook had came out asking to be coming off of the bench so that the starting five could gain some type of chemistry, I was wondering, like, even though that looks good for Russell Westbrook, people looking at him like he's a leader or that shows good leadership, how does that look on Ty Lue as a coach? And I remember Cole said, man, it'd be crazy if Harden comes and these guys win. Once Westbrook gets on the bench, they're going to really say Westbrook was a genius and Westbrook should get a lot of credit. But, James Harden hit that big 4-point play the other night. And, I don't really expect that every night. I don't expect that every night. But if y'all look at that last play, and I don't have the highlight, if y'all got an opportunity though, I want y'all to go back to that last play where James Harden hit that three and got fouled. Who gave James Harden the basketball? Because I got to talk to the bosses about this. Who gave James Harden the basketball? Can y'all drop a bomb, please, for Kawhi Leonard? Bruh. So here's another thing. If you guys go back and watch the footage, Kawhi Leonard, and I could be wrong because I'm not the greatest analyst. I'm not the greatest person of breaking down plays. But Kawhi Leonard, to me, at the end, did not have trust in James Harden, nor had the intent initially to pass that ball to James Harden to make the last play. Now, mind you, this was a play where Kawhi wound up having his defender on ISO. He was dribbling and he was trying to get him off the dribble. And I felt like he was going to try to pull this step back jump shot because the game was tied. He didn't have to, he was kind of playing with house money. But the defender was so lengthy. And even though Kawhi has length as well, and Kawhi was trying to do that step back, Kawhi couldn't get a clean shot. And it's not like a big deal again, like you're not down. So Kawhi, in a sense, was kind of forced to kick that ball out to James Harden. I watched that last play probably about 4 times, right? And I'm looking at Kawhi and I'm like, bro, he really doesn't have an intent to pass this ball off. And I'm not saying that he should because he is the Clippers' #1 and he's on a basketball court. So you would expect Kawhi Leonard to shoot the basketball. You might expect him to actually draw the double team. But there was no double team. And that was the thing that was so alarming to me. James Harden guy didn't really drop off on him to pick up Kawhi Leonard. But Kawhi was just not able to get the shot. He didn't force it. He made the smart play, and James Harden got the win. The reason why I'm bringing all this up, boys and girls, is because I am not sold that Kawhi Leonard is so happy and gung-ho about James Harden joining this team. I think that Kawhi Leonard, of course, wants to maximize all his opportunity to win another championship. There's no doubt about that. And I believe that he believes that James Harden is a good player. But Kawhi knows his role. Kawhi doesn't want James Harden coming into this uniform in this locker room superseding that. And these guys had just lost 5 in a row with James Harden in the James Harden era. So Kawhi Leonard, he hasn't publicly said that he got a problem with, what happened with James Harden coming to the Clippers. And I'm pretty sure they spoke to him about it. But I think Kawhi Leonard knows deep down inside that James Harden in that position is not their weakest link. That's not their problem for them to get to the next hump in the Western Conference for the Clippers. James Harden wasn't the answer. I think Kawhi Leonard already knows that. And it's going to be interesting because you talk about Paul George, you talk about James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and Kawhi Leonard. All 4 of those guys, I believe, could be out of the door this summer. All of those guys, I believe, are free agents expectedly this summer. So this is definitely a make or break season for the Clippers. And I'm wondering, when we talk about James Harden, what is the role going to be asked from him moving forward? How is Ty Lue going to handle what to do with James Harden? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, and some of y'all can disagree with me. Ty Lue got off the hook a little bit this week. Russell Westbrook took Ty Lue off the hook. I'm not even going to lie. Because I feel like Russell Westbrook did what Ty Lue should have done. as far as assigning what Russell Westbrook to come off the bench. Russell initiated that, but to me, that's the coach's job. And maybe Russell Westbrook also knows that this thing is not going to work. So maybe Russell Westbrook is trying to show the NBA community that, hey, definitely a team player. I'm humble. I'm willing to come off the bench like the Lakers asked me to do. Maybe Russell is tricking the NBA community right now and trying to make himself look good for a possible trade before the end of this, before the trade deadline for the Clippers if things don't turn around. Because if these guys don't start consistently winning games, you have to expect them to kind of blow this thing up in a sense when we talk about these four individuals. So when you look at those four, who's the one guy that most likely would be traded? They have tried to get rid of Paul George over the summer. They shot Paul George to the New York Knicks. Paul George could have been in New York right now playing with Jalen Brunson and them right now. But the Knicks didn't want to give Paul George an extension. So the Knicks, for some reason, wasn't really sold on Paul George. I don't know why or why not. I think Paul George is a great two-way player. We got health issues, but, he's been available as much as, you could expect. You look at Kawhi Leonard's lack of availability. I think Paul George has done a lot for what he has been able to play with. I think he would have fit well as a perimeter, as a wing player. The Knicks need wing presence, but they didn't want to give Paul George the money. So now he is still stuck in Los Angeles with the Clippers, but he's on his last year, and he might be feeling like, man, my team, this team don't want me. Now they bring in James Harden in, who really technically plays my position. Is Paul George the biggest trade bait for the Clippers? Or is it Russell Westbrook? I don't think they're going to be getting rid of Kawhi Leonard. I don't think they're going to get rid of James Harden. But I'm thinking, man, maybe Russell Westbrook is just saying all the right things right now because he knows coming down the pipeline, if these guys don't start winning consecutively, somebody's going to have to be moved. And, the better he looks, as far as, we already know Russell Westbrook gives it 100%. He only has one gear. He's always on go. So the only problem that you really have from Russell Westbrook is his mistake making on the basketball court and his attitude off the basketball court. Those have been the only two narratives you can really come at Russell about. And he's been showing humility, and he showed a lot of leadership when we talk about this suggestion that he made for him to come off the bench. Because let's be honest, we read this book before with the Lakers. Darvin Ham asking Russell Westbrook to come off the bench. Russell Westbrook, surprising to most, embraced and accepted that role. He was a sixth man of the year candidate at one point, coming off of the bench for the Lakers. So he played it well. But then he got traded to the Clippers. They immediately put Russell Westbrook in the starting rotation. And Russell Westbrook in these interviews talk about how he feels wanted in a Clippers uniform. So I'm like thinking to myself, damn, Russell shouldn't be starting anyway. But they got him as a starter because of his name, and they got him aligned with, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. This ain't going to work, but Russell feels wanted. If they bring James Harden in, they're going to ask Russ to come off the bench, and he ain't going to like that. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people felt like Russell Westbrook really wasn't going to be willing to come off the bench. But he initiated this conversation, and he did it. He got a standing ovation in their last game coming off the bench, and they won. So, it's very interesting. You got to give credit to Russell Westbrook for showing leadership, surprising a lot of us. I do wonder from you guys, do y'all feel like that makes Ty Lue as a coach look bad? But, Michael Wilbon saying that James Harden is not a truly great player anymore. I'm going to keep it real, fellas. I just think that that's cap. Yeah, we're not seeing the same James Harden that we've seen over the years. But if you've been watching the game of basketball, bro, none of these teams that he's played for, none of the last three destinations, I believe, has asked him to do the same thing that he was doing in Houston. And unfortunately, that's the only way you're going to get the max out of James Harden. You have to make James Harden your number one. I don't care who's on your team. I don't care who's better than who. If you want the max out of James Harden, He has to be score first. He has to be number one. He has to be the ultimate. Will that equate into any wins for your organization? Probably not. But that's the gift and the curse of having a guy like that in your uniform. Now, like I said, history shows that he will embrace you asking him to do something else, and he will be kind of successful at it. He's not going to be the best he's not going to be the best, though. That's the difference. So you have James Harden, who led the league in assists last season. But what are we talking about when we talk about clutch points? When we talk about averaging points per game, when we talk about the defensive end of it, he's never been really a defensive guy anyway. But yeah, man, I think Michael Wilbon. I got to talk to the bosses of Mike Wilbon, man. Salute to my bro, Good Seven in the building. I see you, gang. I see you. Salute to you. Kobe number 8, you in my live chat trolling, gang. What the hell is wrong with you, man? Y'all terrible. This guy got Kobe number 8, but he talking about Clippers champions 2024. What the hell is wrong with this guy? Kobe 8, you be man. Matter of fact, this is perfect. If y'all don't mind, I got a new segment that I'm going to be coming with you guys with every goddamn show about the YouTube idiots. Every time you guys see me do a live stream, we're going to tap into at least 1 or 2 comments that I get on my channel from some of the craziest idiots, bro. When we talk about some of these videos in NBA. So I did got a new segment. We about to go ahead and put into play right now. And thank you so much, Kobe, for reminding me, because you was on here trolling in my damn live chat. So, man, let's get into some of these YouTube idiots from my channel, gang.
You're an idiot. I want you to meet my friend Stimpy. He's an idiot. You stupid idiot!
All right, man. So the first idiot from my YouTube channel is DKMRAP number 1. I don't even know how to pronounce this. And if you guys gonna be talking crazy in the comments, man, at least have a name, at least have a profile picture, something that the streets can go off of, man. So I did a video, you guys know, off of Cameron and Mace having Joe Smith's wife on their show, and Joe Smith's wife giving Cameron a massage on air. And I said that I really had a problem, not so much with Cam and Mace, but I thought it was a bad look. And I didn't want to villainize the wife, however, because we don't know what Joe Smith has done to her. But I just thought overall that wasn't a bad look. I know a lot of people thought it was funny, it was entertaining, but I thought it was just a bad look. So we got a guy, DKMRAP number 1, says Joe Smith pimping out his own wife because he blew his money and can't play basketball anymore. But you made at Mace and Cam. Get a real problem. My God. First of all, I need you, DK, to get some grammar together. But you made, I think he means to say, but you're mad at Mace and Cam. Get a real problem. Joe Smith is pimping out his own wife. I don't know. Joe Smith said he has a problem with this. Like, I saw those 2 in the news about her having the OnlyFans, and he didn't know about it. So I don't see this but I wasn't sure if this was like they was clout chasing, if this was set up or staged or anything. But then you see his wife doing this. And then I also seen her on this party bus lap dancing. I forgot this midget. I forgot his name, but it's a popular midget. She was just giving him a lap dance on a party bus. So I don't think Joe Smith is pimping out his wife or really pushing this narrative. I don't think he's come on, man. Let's be real. Like, y'all, that's what I'm saying. Y'all are really being idiots. He blew his money. He can't play basketball anymore. Like, I'm not in his pockets. I can't count his pockets, bro. I don't know. Can he still play? I mean, he's too old to be playing as far as the NBA. Could he play in the Big 3? I'm not sure. Joe Smith was one of my favorite players back at the University of Maryland College Park. I don't know if y'all remember the video game Coach K. Y'all remember the video game Coach K? I don't know if that was that for Genesis, Sega Genesis? Was that for PlayStation? I can't remember, but Coach K basketball, bro. Joe Smith was a damn problem, bro. I ran with them so much. That was my only team I ran with on Coach K, and he was my favorite player in college, coming out of College Park. But DK, bro, you're being an idiot, bro. Again, you're being an idiot. Your grammar is all off, and you're doing a lot of speculating. So I really need you to get it together because it seemed like you the one with the real problem. Next idiot we got up is Miguel Powell. Now, Miguel Powell, this idiot says she got a message business, not a massage business. This guy says she has a message business. Can I drop a bomb for Miguel Powell? My God. This is clout chasing at its finest. Miguel says she has a message business. I believe he means a massage business. What's wrong with her giving a message? What is wrong with this? Y'all cannot be in my YouTube comments talking crazy and think I'm not going to put y'all on that big screen. And y'all grammar and y'all spelling be so wrong and y'all be trying to talk about people, bro. I got to talk to the bosses, bro. Some of y'all really need to be drug tested, man. I am not going to lie. Some of y'all really need to be drug tested.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
So Miguel Powell says, what's wrong with her giving a massage to Cam in order to promote her business? God damn. I can see if they went off air and he came back smiling, laughing emoji. But she gave him a professional massage on camera. It's not that serious. Wow. 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 Yo, I be feeling like some of you guys have never had a woman in your life. And that's okay if that's your thing. But the way y'all be talking and y'all like, man, I see why women think guys are so stupid. Like, look how we think, bro. Look how we think. First of all, we're using the wrong verbiage. The grammar is off. She has a massage business. What's wrong with her giving a massage to Cameron in order to promote her business? Tell me one person that remembers, if this is real, if she does have a massage company, tell me one person that remembers the name of that goddamn company that she has. Don't nobody remember the name of her shit. You understand me? That is cat. Promoting her business, how? I don't remember seeing any logos, any company signs, anything up there when she, I don't recall none of that. I could be wrong, but I don't recall none of that. That lady knew what she was doing, bro. And like I said, I'm not going to vilify her because who knows how Joe Smith had violated her. This could be all get back. But I think it's crazy what we do in the public eye, especially celebrities, when it comes to get back. Karma is a bitch. But Miguel says I could see if they went off air and he came back smiling. Like, really, bro? But she gave him a professional massage on camera. It's not that serious, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. I didn't mean to take up so much of y'all time this morning. But, every segment, I have to expose these idiots on my YouTube channel, bro. I have to. I can no longer allow you guys to be able to not see what I have to see every day. I mean, every day I'm waking up to all types of crazy, idiotic comments. And we all got a right to our own opinion. But when it don't have no validity behind it, like when you can tell people don't have no information behind the stuff that they saying, they just like gossiping and pillow talking, bro. I really got to talk to the damn bosses, bro. I really do. Last thing before I get up out of here real quick, man, because again, we got the Lakerland show on Players Choice live today at 1:00 p.m. Eastern. So I got to get ready for my show later. But if I wanted to build a team around Victor Wembanyama and I only had $14 in my damn pocket, who am I going with? Let's see. Let's start at the top. Now, let me see how much total money that we have. 9, 11, 14. So there's these 4 rows are a total of 14. I can pick one of each row to create my 5. All right, man. In the $2, give me. I'm gonna go with Rui. I'm gonna go with Rui Hachimura. I'm gonna go with Rui for $2. For $3, I'm going with Draymond Green. Yes. I am a fan now with Draymond after he put that damn chokehold on Rudy Gobert. So I done spent $5 and I got Rui, Draymond, and Wemby. All right, so I got $9 left, y'all. I got $9 left. I need y'all help. I got $9 left. Who should I buy next? We got Wemby, I got Draymond, and I got Rui. So already my interior presence is solid. You know, Wemby is small, but Wemby is box office, both ends of the court. Then we got Draymond, who's a tough guy and a defensive presence at the 4. So rim protection, presence inside, I'm good. Rui Hachimura, wing player, can shoot, need to work on some moves, but he got some length. He has some size, so cool. Next row, I gotta go with. Do I have a point guard yet? No, I gotta go with Kyrie without a doubt. I'm going with Kyrie over Jaylen Brown. Am I going with Kyrie over Jaylen Brown? Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not saying Jaylen Brown is not better than. I am saying that Kyrie is better than Jaylen Brown. Damn it. So I'm going with Kyrie Irving with my $4. So I got $5 left, y'all. I have just almost built my team around Victor Wembanyama with my $14. At $2, I got Rui. At $3, I got Draymond. At $4, I got Kyrie. So I got Kyrie, Draymond, Rui, Wemby, and with $5 left, Hank says he wants LeVert at $2. He's going with Clarkson at $3, Siakam at $4, and you going with Steph with your $5. So this is how Hank is spending his $14. So Hank has LeVert. No, you have Steph and Clarkson at the guards, Siakam and LeVert playing the forwards, and Wemby playing the big man. You got the duo of Steph and Wemby is crazy. Steph and Wemby is crazy. But Hank, your boys is weak. Siakam, LeVert, and Clarkson. That's weak. You ain't going to beat my boys. I got Rui, Draymond, Kyrie, and I'm going with Kevin Durant. Why the hell? I'm not going with no Steph. I'm not going with no Giannis. I'm going with KD. What? Bro, you know my 5 is going to kill your 5, Hank. Let me put it in the live chat so we can hold on. I got KD. I got Kyrie. I got Draymond. And I got Rui. These 4, along with Wemby versus Hank's 4, along with Wemby. Hank, I think I'm beating you in the 7-game series, bro. I got to talk to the bosses. I think my 5 is beating your 5 in a 7-game series. I got to talk to the bosses. Yes. You see what Kyrie already did to Steph Curry. So you already know the vibes with that. Draymond going to beat up all over Siakam. Siakam, that's nothing. That really ain't about nothing. LeVert and Clarkson, who I had. Rui and KD. Bro, you're bugged out. You're bugged out, Hank. I'm smoking. I'm telling you, I'm putting belt to asses with my 5, bro. I don't know. You had to go back to the locker room, Hank. I'm gonna keep it real. If we had a 7-game series with these guys, I think I'm beating you in 5, gang. I think I'm beating Hank in 5, bro. Drop a bomb for me beating Hank in 5 games. All right, guys. I am about to get up out of here, man. It's time for me to sign off. I got to get ready for later on. So make sure you guys go over to the Players Choice YouTube channel today, live 1 p.m. Eastern, for our show, Lakerland, episode 22. We're talking about LeBron James versus Steph Curry. Who's the real face of the league? We got a lot to talk about this afternoon. It's going to be an interesting one. If you guys are new to this channel right here, make sure you smash that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And also, if you're able to support the channel, become a member. Check out some of our exclusive member-only content. We also have merchandise discounts. I got a lot coming down the pipeline when it comes to my members. So make sure you guys show your support, man. I think it's only like $1.99 for our memberships, a monthly membership, man. So show the kids some support, man. I definitely appreciate it. And I will be back live with you guys either later on today or, I'll see you guys in the morning. But let me know what your thoughts is on Michael Wilbon saying that James Harden is truly not a great player anymore. Do y'all agree? Do y'all disagree? Was Mike Wilbon out of bounds? I feel like it's just been about what Mike Wilbon, or excuse me, what James Harden is being asked of him in these destinations of one of the reasons why he's not been who we expect him to be. But they did get a win, and we'll see if they'll be able to build off of that. But I'm about to sign off, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man. 7 Mitchell, this is the best of 7 Sports Talk. Y'all stay safe. I'll catch you guys this afternoon at Lakerland. Peace, y'all.